Okay, welcome back. And as usual, remember to hit the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up and leave a comment below and let me know what you think about this recipe. So right now we're going to be making the pimento raw cheese sauce recipe. And this is the sauce that you can use with the lettuce taco wrap that I mentioned in another recipe that I did. And so make sure to go and look for that recipe, okay? But this cheese sauce recipe you can also use to make your own kale chips. You buy the kale chips, you buy the kale in a bag, and you add the cheese sauce to the kale, okay? So you take the kale, put it in a bowl, add the cheese sauce, mix it up with your hands, and then put it in a dehydrator or on the lowest setting of your oven. And now when I say lowest setting, I mean like 170 and below, okay? If it's higher than that, it probably will get all brown and look like it got burnt. So if you want it to look green, the lower the setting, the better. And so sometimes the newer toaster ovens, smaller toaster ovens have those lower settings, so you might be able to use that. So the cheese sauce, you can also use it on top of, like in a sandwich, or you can use it on top of like haystacks. And haystacks is where you have a bed of lettuce and beans and then your salad, and then you put your cheese sauce on top and salsa and guacamole. So that's why it's called haystack, because you're just kind of stacking it all up on top of each other. So that's another recipe that you can use with the raw cheese sauce, okay? So if you decide to make this recipe and you like it, let me know in the comments what you thought of it. I think it's a really nice recipe. You can also use it with crackers as well too, as a dip as well with broccoli. So I've actually put this cheese sauce on cooked cauliflower and it tastes delicious, okay? So for those of you that don't really like vegetables and need something to mask it up or want a healthier alternative to cheese, to like cheddar cheese, you can make this recipe and it is wonderful. You'll have to try it yourself, so so that you'll have to try it yourself and see if you like it. Okay, so let's go on to this recipe. For the recipe, we're gonna need cashews, 1 cup of cashews, a 1/2 cup of nutritional yeast flakes. Okay, nutritional yeast flakes is not your baking yeast. It's actually yellow in color, and it is used for seasoning foods, okay? And it's high in B vitamins. You're gonna need onion powder and a tablespoon of onion powder and a 1/4 cup of pimentos, and that's roasted peppers, okay? And I have some in a jar. Sometimes when I grow my peppers, my red peppers, I will roast my own and put it in Ziploc bags and put it in the freezer and save it for the winter. But right now I have it in a jar. And for those of you that cannot have peppers, you can also use tomato paste, okay? And you can use, in this recipe, you need a 1/4 cup of pimentos, so you can use about 2 tablespoons of tomato paste to give it the flavor and the color, that orangey color that you would see in a pimento cheese sauce. And you're gonna need hot water, garlic powder, or 2 cloves of garlic, and or 1 clove of garlic actually, and a teaspoon of sea salt. Okay, and you throw everything into the blender, okay? Wash your cashews, okay? You're just gonna go ahead and wash them really quick. Okay, and so you see what I'm doing, I'm just massaging it. Okay, a piece of garlic there. And I'm gonna drain it off. And you can do this 2 or 3 times if you like. I'm just gonna do it one more time. Massage it real quick and drain it off. Now, because this recipe is so nice, so tasty. I usually like to double it or triple it up. And you know, that's the theme of my song. Double it up, triple it up. If you get into the kitchen, make double the amount, triple the amount, so that you have it for the rest of the week, and saves you time, especially time, and saves you money, because you're not having to go out and buy fast food or junk food that's not healthy for you. It's nice to have things already prepared and in the freezer or in the refrigerator that you can just go to last minute if you need to make something really quick. Okay, so I have double the amount. I have 2 cups of cashews here, and I'm gonna add a cup of yeast flakes. The original recipe is a half a cup, so I'm doubling it up, and I'm gonna put a cup of yeast flakes. Okay, and recipe says 1 tablespoon of onion powder, and I am going to use 2 tablespoons of onion powder. Okay, so I have a teaspoon measuring spoon here, so I am 3 teaspoons is equal to 1 tablespoon. So I'm just trying to save time and having to wash so many things, so I'm just using 1 measuring spoon here. So 3 teaspoons is equal to a tablespoon. Okay, so 1/4 cup of pimentos, but since I'm doubling it up, it's a half a cup. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and just use the rest of this pimentos that's in there. And lemon juice. I need a tablespoon of lemon juice, but because I'm doubling it up, I'm going to need 2 tablespoons. And I'm gonna show you this little little thing that I got in the supermarket. It's really cute. It has the tablespoon measurements on one side and teaspoons, and then milliliters and ounces on the other side. So I thought it was really handy. I got it and I love it. And it measures things for me. I already had some lemon juice already squeezed in here. So I have exactly 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and I'm gonna add that. And a cup of hot water. Okay, see it's hot. And another one, because I'm doubling it up. Okay. And let's see here, and garlic powder or a clove of garlic. Okay, but I'm doubling it up. That's why originally I said 2, is because I'm doubling up the recipe. But I'm gonna put 2 garlics. So I'm gonna use my garlic press, my handy dandy garlic press that I love so much. And you're probably gonna ask me where I got it, and I got it from Pampered Chef. I don't sell their products, I just buy it, and I just happen to love this one. And it's wonderful, it's very sturdy, it's strong, and it lasts a long time. So I'm just gonna get the garlic that's in here. Okay, get that in there. And a teaspoon of salt, and of course doubling it up to a teaspoon. Doubled is 2 teaspoons of salt. Okay, and that's going to really help to add flavor. Now, by the way, the salt I'm using is Himalayan salt. You can also use Celtic salt for those of you that have high blood pressure. Another salt that you can use is Utah Sea Minerals. It's a liquid, and it has tons of minerals in it, so that is what gives it the kind of the saltiness to it. And so those with that need to be on a low sodium diet, you can actually use that, and it will prevent your blood pressure from going all the way up. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and blend this, and we'll be right back. We gotta plug that in, don't we? Okay, so I noticed that it's a little bit too thick for me, so I'm just gonna add a little extra water to the recipe. Okay, so there you have it. Here's the cheese sauce, and for time's sake, I'm gonna keep blending it later, but I just wanted to show you that here it is. It's nice and hot. Let it cool down before you serve it, and you have your cheese sauce. Okay, so please join us again. I'm going to be making a cashew cilantro cheese sauce that you're gonna love, and you can put on that raw taco, or you can use it as a dip for your veggies. It's a wonderful recipe, so make sure to look for that recipe. See you soon.